I've received several requests on creating a video tutorial on how to build the IPO Alert application that I had posted up on the forums earlier today. So I am now creating this video tutorial. At this point you should have Visual Studio Basic 2008 installed on your machine and opened up, getting this particular window. At this point we're going to create a new project. The project will contain all of the files and information we need in order to compile an application that can later be run without needing this development environment any longer. So to start, we will click on File and New Project. This opens up this new project window. Already we have the Windows Form application as the default, and that is what we want. However, we can change the name of the application to anything that we would like. In this case, I am going to call it IPO Alert. Now here we have our blank form, and this is going to be where we put all of the components that we need to actually have our application work the way that we like. Visual Basic is very easy to work with, in that you can just drag and drop your components in, and it makes a lot of your functions very simple to implement. Now I'm going to start by making this window a little bit bigger, just because I like to be able to see everything that's going on. Now over here on the toolbox, we're going to come down in the toolbox to the Data section, and we're going to get this Data Grid View. Now if you click on the Data Grid View, it'll select that. Then when you come back here to our blank form, we can add in a grid view. Now we're going to move this grid view around so that we can place it where we like it and resize it. That way we'll be able to get all of the data in a nice, easy to see visual when we're finished putting in the code pieces. Now I'm going to do things a little bit different order than I did earlier today in the post, and that I am going to go ahead and grab our timer and add the timer in now. Now notice we've got the timer. Select the timer, and down over here in the properties we need to enable the timer and then change this interval. Now that interval is a number in milliseconds, and how frequently the timer is going to loop through and take care of the actions that we program for that. So at this point we have our data grid and our timer, and we can go into view code. Now here's where the basic code is for the application, telling the application what it is that we are going to do. Now just like I did in the post, I am going to start off by adding in this extra class. This class just gives each of our individual IPO entries a form that we can work with. We're going to populate this data automatically when we grab the XML feed from the One Season website using their API. However, we need to have these property elements in here in order for it to be the right form and construction, in order to be used as a data source for the data view grid that we populated into the blank form.